Sandy McPhee, Sarah Mitchell, Jonathan Swall. Christian will be on his way. And we'll go ahead and stand in church. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right.
I did. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Do we have any agenda adjustments?
I didn't know.
No? Okay. Any public comment? Nope. And no presentations. Secretary's report. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting on January 7th and the budget committee meeting on the January 23rd.
I will second that.
All those in favor? Okay, 3-0. So this is going to be a weather-dependent announcement, but it does not appear that there's going to be a selectmen's meeting on Thursday. So it does not appear that we will need to have our budget workshop on Thursday. If that changes, I'll let everybody know, and we'll post it on the school website. The next regular meeting of the school board will be March 4th, 2025. Is the AOS meeting on the 11th?
We're waiting. I sent an email out to the AOS board members today. The only reason they were having that meeting was to review the first student contract
Okay.
for transportation.
Yep.
And we didn't know if we'd have a written one. They said it's only if they have a written copy.
Right.
And I think we're going to have it, but we haven't scheduled it yet.
Okay. So the next
That
possible
would be next Tuesday.
meeting of the AOS board will be scheduled for February 11th. Is it at Central Office?
Yep.
At Central Office, subject to change, depending on the transportation
Is
contract.
it generally 6 o'clock?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. This is 6 o'clock.
Something else on this.
AOS 93 report, I got to stand in for Christian, for the public vote, which was a unique experience. But with the motion from the floor, they voted, the money in for the special ed director. So the budget, assistant special ed director. So the budget is similar, but not identical to the one that was first proposed and voted down.
About 30,000 less.
And so they added money for that assistant special ed director back in. I don't know if there's anything else, actually. I mean, that was it for that meeting. So, superintendent's report.
A-team is working tomorrow to finalize our March 7th workshop day for district staff. So I'll have the A-team central office working with me on that. As I just mentioned, we're working to get a written contractual agreement from first student for the AOS board meeting for the board to review next Tuesday. I attended the Drummond Woodson collective bargaining workshop in Portland on January 10th, which was timely since we are in negotiations here right now. And was able to bring a couple documents back for negotiations to members. Worked on generating a desired budget reductions by the AOS budget committee. So we did that. We were able to generate those desired budget reductions. And as Sarah said, some additional money was put back into that budget at the meeting. I had follow-up conversations with both Lincoln Academy and Erskine Academy pertaining to the tuition fees recently established by the state. The Mid-Coast Superintendent's Association met on January 16th. We met down in South Portland. We met in South Portland. The reason we met in South Portland was because the MSSA Winter Convocation was held in South Portland on January 16th and 17th, and I was down there participating in that. We were able to get our school and our district and school write-ups completed and submitted to the town brochures. Got those submitted on Saturday. So all towns should have those. I appreciate the principals giving the specifics of the school, because that's really what, I mean, the AOS is great, but they want to hear what's going on in the building. So I appreciate the write-ups there. And the only other thing I have, it'll be actually after our next board meeting, but on March 10th, administrators from the district are going to head up to the University of Maine. They have a career fair for their graduating education majors. And it's really, I'll be honest with you, it's a recruiting trip, because we got to get they are kids, or new graduates interested in our schools down in this area, because this shortage is continuing to get worse. So it's something I did last year in my previous district. So I'm looking forward to taking That's our first go around, so we won't have all the swag that the other schools have, but we'll do the best we can. If you've seen the pictures on the wall in the central office, we're gonna pick up smaller versions of those and have those at our stand as well. We'll figure out how some of those are coming along, but we still got a little bit of time, so we'll get there in March 10th.
And I forgot to follow up on this with you, but I know we talked with you and Peter about potentially getting, information about, Sprinter vans and the possibility of doing that. And if
Well,
you don't have that, then
I don't have the
No,
information,
but
but I was gonna ask, tomorrow, this was an 18 agenda item, I'm gonna actually open it up to any of the administrators that use first, have questions about it doesn't have to be first student, if they have questions about transportation, because I did hear back actually today from, who was it? Cheryl Brackett. And she has set up a Zoom meeting with me for 2:00 on Wednesday the 12th. So I'm gonna open that up if any administrators want to join, if they have specific questions, but she's the transportation person for the state, so she should be able to answer any questions about damage and stuff.
and I wasn't trying to put you on the spot,
No, that's
I'm more, trying to be cognizant of putting action items in our agendas
Yep.
so that I can be held accountable for things that I say I'm
Sure.
gonna do, and we can just remember, because sometimes they get lost.
Yeah. So we are doing that
Great.
on Wednesday,
Perfect, thank you.
and now you know,
Thank you.
All right.
that's it.
While she's finishing up, one of the announcements that I'm gonna make kind of on, well, maybe I want to see your Slender. Are you gonna announce the basketball game?
I would love
Okay,
to.
go for it.
Okay. I guess I should use those, huh? We had the biolab come last couple weeks ago, and it was very cool. We were able to get all of the students in to walk around and see what it was like, but it's a real science lab with
Okay.
real
You
scientists.
gave me a tour of it.
I did give you a tour, yes, it was great, and Jonathan came too. It's fantastic write-up, thank you. The kids just had a wonderful time. They actually tested our water in our old well. Good thing to get rid of.
Yeah.
It was like, no, this is so cool. Just do it. Show me how you do it. It was great. We have the spelling bee coming up at Jefferson Village School. 2 of our students will be competing on February 11th. Aftercare is going beautifully and still very popular.
What time does that be on the 11th?
It's 5:00.
Wait, spelling bee or geography?
It's
Okay,
yeah,
I admitted my mistake,
Geography.
not on video earlier. Yes, I made a mistake, but I spelled geography correctly.
Yes.
I've never heard of a geography bee.
They do
They
have
actually
them.
do
Yeah,
have
they
them.
totally have
They
them.
do have them.
They're fun.
They're actually fun, yeah.
LCTV continues to work with our 5th graders. They are reaching out to different businesses to see if we could get some support financially for the job that they're doing. But they also have other schools who are now saying, let us in, we want to do this. And they have promised us they will not let go of our 5th graders, even when they take on other schools.
I think
so
that financial ask doesn't just stand for businesses. If you have people that you
Yes.
know that you think would be interested in the work that they're doing with our students, no donations too small.
It's definitely not. In general, they ask towns, and I don't know how the ask goes exactly, but for $2,500, and I think they missed
The deadline.
the deadline for South Bristol.
Yep.
So we're at a point where I said I will spread the word, maybe not at town meeting, but until then I will. But we'll find people. But if you haven't yet, definitely check out the video. We have links on our website. Yes, yeah, okay. Vans have been great. We continue to use them often. And the demo team just took the vans to Durham Community School and Turner Elementary to perform. And they were our students were wildly popular as usual with their jump rope. Circus Arts has started and kids are enjoying it and continuing to ask if they can join. 1st and 2nd grade and 3rd and 4th had Knox Lincoln Soil Water Conservation District come in to explain a poster contest that they're going to be taking part in, that is home is where the habitat is. And Saturday and Sunday mornings, pickleball and pickup soccer have continued to be very popular. So spread the word if you have people who are interested. We're going to keep it on the sign, but we have families coming out really enjoying it. We had Math for Me trainers here today in the school, and they travel to a lot of schools around Maine, and they work with DOE, really enjoying working with our South Bristol students and teachers, and just happy with the amount of math that we have going on in the kids' regular lives, and respectful challenge. And unless you have anything different from IT, really the building and grounds technology ticketing application project is coming near. So if a teacher has something, teacher staff, anyone has something that they would like fixed in the building, John is putting together a technology-based way to ask for that to be done. It's tracked, and then we'll know when it's completed also, just to keep track of those types of things. Last minute change to the schedule on Thursday at 9:30. Our girls basketball team, which is undefeated, and they're so much fun to watch, will be playing at Bristol against the Jefferson girls. We are going to take our middle schoolers over there. We're going to get a bus and have our 5 through 8 students over there. And I found this out after everyone had left, so I haven't asked pre-K to 2. I will ask, but pre-K to 4. I will ask if they want to go. But
This Thursday.
This Thursday.
Yes.
Definitely happen this afternoon after everyone's gone. But I guess that's it, unless there are any questions.
Sarah, can I have one thing? I should have said in the meeting when she said technology, it struck a quote with me. We did send out correspondence to our families today and to our staff about a breach of the power school. So there was a breach. They're working with Experian to provide as much protection as they can and credit monitoring and things of that nature. But there wasn't, obviously we weren't the only district impacted.
This was the original breach. So
This was the original
This there's only been one.
This is good.
Yep.
Yeah, but this was a document that came from Power School that we circulated today. It's 2 different documents, but in essence, pretty much the same thing.
Facilities and maintenance reports. You want to do that too?
I do. Love to. On January 6th, we had Jeff Yeager from EMC come to do an energy audit. He will be back. I have some plans in the office for blueprints for when he comes back, and central office is getting me some of the amounts that we've spent on propane and maybe electricity. I'm not sure, but you have it in the email.
You got the electricity one from central office.
Okay, all right. And on January 16th, Ryan from Specialty Services was here, still addressing the overheating rooms 26 and 7. But I think we're getting to the bottom of it because it's better and better all the time. This says Shane will get pricing again this afternoon. We got a quote from Jeff Blank for the awning, which for supplies and labor would be $2,600 for a 9x6 awning over the back door out to Salty's. I have in here the windows that we have priced out if we would like them, and I guess we'll hear from the energy audit how important that will be or not. Shane will be weather stripping in-house and rekeying outside doors. We've talked about the fact that it's been a long time and there are some keys out there, old school keys. They're harder to see who's coming in and who's leaving. So if people have the swipes, that's better for us, I think, as a school. So those, if we change the exterior locks, would be $70 per door. Snow guards over the walkway in the rear. So because of the metal roof, we have some sliding and some ice, and those would be $8,000 if we want them. Mark's in the process of pricing out rebuilding hot top walkway to shed the water away from the building, which I'm not sure where that will fall. Yes, out back. And it was dug up because of the water project, but I don't know that's necessarily, I don't know.
Sure.
Anyway, not sure where that's going to fall. But upgrading, soundproofing the office area, so I'm still waiting on they're waiting on pricing on the office. And then Mark is signing Shane up for the EPMA training in late June, which will help him to be independent with the facility.
What does that stand for?
And it's a great question.
That's all right.
Don't remember. I should have asked Mark.
Something
What was it?
facilities maintenance.
EPMA.
Sounds like something or other project
Professional.
management association.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Management association.
Yep.
Yeah. And then for the back, there's some splatter, and it needs to be restained. So that would be about $5,000 to do 2 coats on the back side of the building for a summer project.
Great. All right. I guess I'll go ahead and add on to that. The select board members and Lori and I met with Mackenzie Parker of the Maine State Drinking Water Program a little while ago. And we were able to run some ideas by her, get her thoughts on what choices we have to get drinking water back in the school. And the end result of that is something that we need to decide on as a board. The town selectmen are willing to take over the project of hooking up the new well, getting the water building together, and basically getting clean drinking water approved and into the building. Yeah, so I think we've kind of talked about, we've explored this a little bit through emails and things, but I was just curious if any of you have any questions or concerns about that. One thing that did change things drastically for me this afternoon, we got a lot of information in this
So
afternoon.
much this afternoon.
Was that Todd had a call with John Woodson and got the go-ahead that the town can take over this project and pay for it in the town budget. And that is okay.
Great.
Any questions?
That's awesome. My other question is hooking up the new well, is it gonna be filtered water?
We
Or
have
are
to
we gonna
treat-
test it to see, or to what extent are we gonna treat it?
So we have a level of radon that actually passes for the type of drinking water system that we have, but we do not feel that that is appropriate for drinking water that anybody's drinking, let alone our school kids. So we will filter the radon down to lowest acceptable levels or lowest levels.
Right.
And then we have to treat the iron and manganese, which potentially could be helped by the radon treatment if we go with one type. The state has to sign off on all of this. And then we will leave room for future treatment of anything else in the water building so that we don't have to expand the building if we need to put in treatment for anything that might happen down the road. Do you follow that?
Yeah, yeah. No,
Okay.
that's
No,
great, that's
you're,
great.
yeah.
I think that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So is the plan still gonna include replacing that shed?
Yes. Because the water building, the water portion of the building
Yeah.
has to be totally separate from the Little League barbecue
The
grill portion of the
storage.
building.
The storage section.
So yeah, so, the space that we'll have for the sports equipment and other things won't be quite as big, I don't think, as what
Yeah,
is out there, but, we can make it work.
yeah, hopefully one thing isn't in front of the other thing, just for logistics.
You know, there'll be different entrances,
Awesome.
because you don't want, yeah, there'll be separate entrances.
Do we need a motion?
Yeah, I don't know if we need a motion, but I
When in
guess
doubt-
I
when
would
in
make,
doubt, it's not a
I would
bad
make a
idea.
motion that how do I say, the school board, there's nothing I say is gonna sound precious. Passing the reins, I'm thinking of all these other, the school board is handing over control and
Complete execution, right?
Complete
100%. They got the
execution.
reins, 100%.
Yep. The school board is handing over complete execution of the final stages of the water the South Bristol Pool Water Project to the select board.
Second.
All those in favor? Okay, so now this is where I want to just call a quick executive session. Water. Be on the right page. All right, I'm gonna make a motion to enter into executive session for 1 MRSA 405-60 contract and labor negotiations. Have a second? Yeah. All those in favor? And that's at 5:55. So I'll ask everybody but the board, I guess Lori, Todd, Peter, to just step out into the center. It shouldn't take us more than 5 or 10 minutes.